Hey everyone, it's Trendcrave here, and in today's video, we're going to be going through the top 10 fake people who got exposed.
Federal police recovered several fake IDs.
I fought for my country, you understand that? I fought for my country.
In number 10 spot, we've got an inmate who told a judge that he was a Navy SEAL, and the judge didn't believe him, so he proved that he was fake right there on the spot in front of the entire courtroom.
Yes, sir.
In the front.
I'm a Navy SEAL, sir. I'm a Navy SEAL.
Are you really?
Yes, I am, sir.
Where did
Retired
you go?
50 years.
Where'd you go to?
I went to Hofstra University, Kings Point, and then I went to Subic Bay in Groton, Connecticut.
Wait, let me finish. Where did you go to SEAL training? There's only one place in the world you can go to SEAL training. Where's that?
Subic Bay.
No, you're wrong. That's not it.
Well, okay. Well, all right. Well, I did it for 50 years, so I knew everybody.
Okay, well, just tell me where you
I'm
went to
50 years.
Okay, I'll give you a hint.
It's
Coronado, California, San Diego. That's the only place in the world you go to SEAL training.
All right.
Moving on to now, we've got a millionaire with 3 kids, only things went really wrong when he took his own wife's life and then proceeded to try to run away from cops, became a fugitive, and found a hideout, get this, next to a country club because he wanted to play tennis. But he had multiple fake IDs made and also pretended to be a top secret agent and fooled multiple people for 4 years. He was on the run.
His hideout was a modest apartment next to a country club.
That had tennis courts, and of course, Peter preferred playing tennis.
So he continued to play tennis?
Yes.
Mexican federal police recovered several fake IDs, one which caught the attention of U.S. Marshals.
It was a copy of some fictional security force, and he was representing himself as some type of analyst with top secret access.
I remember we had a guy who made a really big mistake. This guy, he wanted to be a cop, I guess, and he just decided to start faking it instead of becoming a real one. And one night he pulled over somebody driving on the highway, and another cop drove by, saw that things looked a little weird because the car wasn't right, the dude wasn't wearing what he was supposed to be wearing, all that kind of stuff. So he stopped and checked the guy out and proceeded to get his supervisor to come out and check the whole situation out too. And this guy, it just kept on getting worse and worse for him before he finally admitted that he was a fake.
You gotta talk to him for a minute.
How you doing?
What's going on, man? Let's just talk back here real quick. Who do you work for?
Earlier country talk.
Oh, okay.
I know, I'm under-equipped.
Okay, because normally, dude, if you're out here, man, if you're making a traffic stop, you're just gonna have to stop, dude. Alright? So I need you to lean back a little bit. Thank you.
Can I please help my wife?
In the percent spot, this one's actually kind of sad. We've got a guy who got arrested and sat in prison for 17 years for a crime he did not commit. And it was all because of some really bad police work, quite frankly, because he was sentenced to 20 years in prison for stealing a purse in a parking lot, among a couple other things. But it turns out that, like you said, he wasn't the one who did it. He had an alibi. There was no evidence linking him to the crime whatsoever. The only reason he got sentenced was because of an eyewitness identification who pinpointed him. And about 17 years later, he was involved in the Innocence Project, and it was figured out that there was a lookalike who was actually the one who did this crime. And this lookalike, like I said, he virtually was pretty much this dude's twin. I mean, you could not tell the difference whatsoever.
Richard Jones's nightmare over after tracking down another prisoner, his doppelganger, and the discovery casting doubt on his guilty verdict.
I believe it was a striking resemblance. It just blew me away.
Nearly 20 years ago, Jones was charged with aggravated robbery in Kansas City, Kansas, after being accused of trying to steal a purse in a parking lot. Jones had provided an alibi, and no physical evidence ever linked him to the crime. The case relied instead on eyewitness testimony.
Moving to 6, we got an insurance fraud fail. This guy purposely was trying to get this guy to rear-end him, and it wasn't working, but I think his girlfriend started recording because the situation was so weird and they knew something was up, and this guy eventually purposely caused a crash and then tried to act like it was their fault. Unfortunately for him, like I said, they were recording, and once he figured that out, he knew he was screwed, so he tried to drive off. That didn't work for him because they caught him, and he got into a lot of trouble.
What a fucking idiot.
License and insurance, that would be a good thing.
I At number 5, we had a case of stolen valor, and that's when somebody acts like they're in the military or something along those lines, and they wear the uniform, and they're not actually in the military. And this guy, he got super mad about it because he served and saw that this guy was wearing a uniform and wasn't actually in the army or anything like that, and went up, confronted them about it, pretty much just got into his face. I mean, this dude was screaming like crazy, a little bit scary actually, but here it is.
Take off my jacket. No. You're not in the military, dude. Take off my jacket. Take off my jacket. I fought for my country. Do you understand that? I fought for my country. You're wearing a uniform when you were not in the military. I was in the military. I fought in the army.
And then before we have another fake police officer who really screwed himself over. This guy, he's dressed up exactly like an officer. I mean, he is the whole setup. Actually, some of the people there were impressed by how well he had done it and all that kind of stuff. But a real cop could still spot that he was fake if they looked into it a little bit. And that's exactly what happened, because this guy, he accidentally pulled over an off-duty police officer, you know, a real cop, not a fake cop like him. And this real cop recognized that there was some problems and started asking him some questions. Eventually, it was figured out that he was fake, and this guy ended up getting arrested. And on top of everything, it was made worse because he was driving with a suspended license.
You have to admit, the man is dressed like a real police officer. Got a tactical vest, taser, the whole 9 yards.
From head to toe, he was dressed, looked like a traffic enforcement officer, maybe a DUI unit at night. He was in a well-equipped vehicle.
But alas, no one can spot a fake cop better than a real cop. The Orlando police officer told Ford to sit tight and called law enforcement.
Real quick, before the next one, make sure you have a like on this video and also subscribe to my channel, or else you're going to get exposed for what you did last night. Moving to 3, we got a thief, and the way that this thief goes about stealing is actually kind of interesting. It's kind of smart, but this person, they go to restaurants, multiple of them actually, and they've done this successfully several times, and they act like they're a new employee, and they're there to get some training, that kind of stuff, and they ask where they can put their things, like the purse and coat, you name it, and when they go back there, you know, they think that they're an employee or whatever, and they just end up stealing things and then bolting as quickly as possible and getting away with people's stuff, the actual employees' things, back there.
This surveillance video inside PF Chains in Northville, showing a woman walking into the employee area Monday, seeing a purse hanging from a locker, grabbing it, and off she goes.
According to our cameras, she went into the back for a few minutes and then came back out, and I realized that my wallet was missing.
And finally, we're starting this video off with a real total piece of crap. This guy, he had to go on live TV to apologize about this entire thing, but he faked being a Marine and a survivor of 9/11 at the Pentagon. And as you can tell, this dude got a ton of hate because there's a lot of things you can lie about, but that's a really bad one to lie about.
You had said you served 2.5 tours in Iraq with the Marines. In fact, you were never a Marine. You were never in Iraq, correct?
This is correct, Anderson.
And you claimed you had gone to Annapolis, to the Naval Academy. You did not go to Annapolis, correct?
That is correct, Anderson.
And you claimed you were at the Pentagon on 9/11. You told a very dramatic story about being in the Pentagon on 9/11. You were never there.
That is correct as well.
Where were you on 9/11?
I was in San Jose, California, watching it in horror on TV with a few other people.
I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later, though. Shebang.